Be sure and tell them Large Marge sent ya.
In the 90s, we were just teeny tykes. We rented movies and our bikes. We wanted to be DJs, but we were just teeny gals. So we went off to college and we remained as pals. 20 years later, we're still watching flicks and we're bringing you the feeling bit by bit. Sweetie and Sweetie are here to say it's the Large Marge Santa's podcast. Hey,
Just what does that mean to you, Tanis?
Well, the city of Tanis is one of the possible resting places of the Lost Ark.
The Lost Ark?
Yeah, the Ark of the Covenant, the chest the Hebrews used to carry around the Ten Commandments.
What do you mean commandments? You're talking about the Ten Commandments?
Yes, the actual Ten Commandments, the original stone tablets that Moses brought down out of Mount Horeb and smashed, if you believe in that sort of thing. You guys ever go to Sunday school?
Well,
Oh, look.
Hey guys, welcome to the Large Marge Tennis Podcast, your favorite podcast where two sweetie sisters talk about movies that shape their childhood. I'm Sveti.
And I am Sveta.
And today we decided to do Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Dun, 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 dun.
Dun, 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 dun.
Good one.
I was gonna go do even more, but you're always like one.
Yeah, one bar.
One bar.
That's all we need.
Bar.
That's all they need.
Bar.
That's all the folks
That's
need.
all we need.
Yeah, so this is another big one, guys. Little
Huge.
A lot of
Really,
pressure.
really big.
A lot of pressure on these ones, Star Wars and this one. I feel like, were the big hitters. We just watch them a lot. They're always on TV. I have vivid memories of myself watching this / not watching this on the floor when I was playing with Barbies, but I was like scared most of the time, so I didn't really watch it. But I basically watched it, but I didn't. You know what I mean?
I get you.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was a scary one for little kids for sure.
So scary.
Another kind of similar how we did Ghostbusters last episode, how there's just like these scenes I remember as a little kid being like totally like fucked up by.
Yeah.
And now watching it now, you're like, oh please, like, heh.
Mm-hmm.
But as a kid, you could just know. You know.
Just create a lot of nightmares.
Yeah.
A lot of people were traumatized. If you want to talk about it, we're here. We're going to talk through it. We're going to talk it out. We're going to break it down.
Yep. One scene at a time.
It's going to be okay.
One wax melted head at a time.
So
A lot
this
of fake heads in this.
Yep, a lot of fake heads. So this movie was made in 1981, or released in 1981.
Yep. Predates the Sweeties.
Predates
Womp
the
womp.
Sweeties.
We were not alive
Correct.
quite yet.
Nope,
Not even a twinkle in our mother's eye.
not yet. Starring, of course, Harrison Ford as Indiana Jones. So hot.
Oh,
I think this is his
devastatingly.
Yeah, this is definitely his peak,
this
like
is his
hotness.
peak. Ooh.
Just that first shot of him in South
check that
America.
note out.
Here's a note that says, "How hot is Harrison Ford in this?" Question mark. The answer is so hot,
So hot.
so hot. That first shot of him in South America, where he's like just a little bit sweaty, not too sweaty. Because too sweaty is
almost
gross.
never too sweaty.
I know, he's always glistening
Yeah.
because he's hot, and he
even-
always has like a little scruff. 5 o'clock shot. It's
And
like it's
cuts
there.
on themselves. and
Yeah,
blood.
cuts.
Still
hot.
Good.
Dysentery, still hot.
Looking good.
Damn.
And then when he puts it, I just told you, and we just watched the end. Obviously,
Yeah,
wearing
yeah,
the
yeah.
navy blue suit. Oh,
He cleans up real nice. Real nice. Real nice.
fan the flames, Lady Boner.
But yeah, peak Ford.
Yeah. Who else is in this movie?
Who else is in this movie? Well, I forget her name.
Karen Russell? No, is that an author? That's the lady who
Yes.
did Swaplandia. Karen. What the fuck? With an R? No. With an A. Karen.
We'll look it up.
phone's right here.
Also starring Jonathan Rhys Davies
Rhys
as not
As we
Rhys
learned the hard
Myers,
way.
as Sweetie learned the hard way, who plays Sala, our favorite sidekick. Karen
Allen.
Kevin Allen. How dare we? How dare we do that to you? But yeah, that's pretty much. I mean, I don't know anybody else's.
Oh, well, I want to give it. I mean, I love the Brody
names.
guy.
Oh yeah,
And I always forget
Marcus
his name, too.
Brody.
Denholm Elliott is that man's name. But I
He's
just
real
love
sweet.
him.
Yeah, we love him.
But
Yes,
those are the main
directed
peeps.
by the one, the only Steven Spielberg, the man who owns all the cool props in the world.
in the world. I know. I wonder what he has from this movie.
I mean,
looked
a
that
lot
up.
of cool things, I guess.
Yeah. Written by George Lucas. So this was a thing. I think I told
Created by, like, he conceived of the whole thing,
So
right?
he didn't
Yeah.
write the
Okay.
screenplay. Sorry. So
Okay.
he conceived of the story. But I think I brought this up on the Star Wars podcast. So remember, he was like so freaked out that Star Wars was going to bomb that he's like, I'm going to fucking go to Hawaii and like relax at the beach and drink some tiki drinks with my friend Steven Spielberg. Shows up there and they're like, he's like, oh, Steven Spielberg's like, I want to direct I want to do like some James Bond-ish kind of movie. And George Lucas was like, have I got the story for you? And originally he wanted him to be called Indiana Smith.
Doesn't fit.
Steve Spielberg was like, no. Let's go with Jones.
Yeah. It
But
doesn't
still
fit.
kind of like normal name. Like, you
Yeah,
know, like
but it
Smith,
doesn't-
Jones, like
Yeah,
whatever.
but it's not the same ring to
Yeah.
it.
And I did like a bunch of reading today of all this stuff because I'm trying to get a little bit more prepared for these podcasts. I'm being a little bit smarter about
so
it.
prepared that we remembered Karen Allen's
Oh,
name like
oops.
right
Well,
away.
I just thought I would like remember that. Anyway, but like Indiana was legit George Lucas's dog name.
Oh,
Which, like, remember in the
Yep.
Last Crusade, his dad is what's his dad's
Sean
name?
Connery?
No,
Henry.
Okay, Henry Jones, and he's Junior. Henry Jones Jr. But he's like, oh, I named the dog. The dog was named Indiana, and that was actually George Lucas's dog, who always used to ride in like the passenger seat of his Jeep with him, and also was the inspiration for Chewbacca.
oh my god, so cool.
So crazy. It's just like all there. George Lucas's life is just like movie and movie and movie. It's crazy.
That's what you gotta do, I guess.
But yeah, awesome movie, you guys. This was in '81, and then it became like one of the highest grossing films ever. Was nominated for Best Picture. Yep, didn't win. Sad. I don't know what did win that year. Won like a bunch of various Oscars for like sound editing and some like technical stuff. But like clearly made Harrison Ford a gigantic star. This and Han Solo, like
Yeah,
what
forget
the
it.
hell? What an awesome break for that guy, and he deserves it because he's awesome.
I know. I remember like when either when George Lucas or Steven Spielberg had their like what's that called? Their honor when they like honor like filmmakers.
Yeah,
that
Cecil
thing.
B. DeMille.
It's like some big event, and Harrison got up to speak, and he like did two speeches where like I didn't want this role, but you made me take it, and it was like both of these movies like Star Wars and
Yeah.
Indiana Jones.
Well, I
He didn't want to
read-
do them.
So he only got this role 2 weeks before filming because originally Tom Selleck was supposed to do it, and he was Magnum PI at the time, and NBC, whoever was like running or owned Magnum PI, was like no, like he could not be Indiana Jones and Magnum PI, and told Tom Selleck he couldn't do it, so he had to bail.
Oh, but he's so sad about it.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. And then, obviously, George Lucas knew Harrison Ford from being Han Solo, so he's like, "Hey, like, what about Harrison Ford?"
An
And
American Graffiti.
Yep.
Yeah, they go way back. Yeah.
best decision he ever made.
Seriously. But yeah, our dad loved this movie, so it was definitely one that he kind of groomed us to like just as much.
I mean, the whole trilogy, though, for us, and I think this is very common for people who do like the Indiana Jones trilogy, bookended by Raiders of the Lost Ark, Last Crusade. Very rarely watched that middle one. Very rarely watched Temple of Doom.
I guess.
Right?
I think you're being a little too sweeping generalization here, because that's what we think, but I don't think that's like the general consensus.
I think everyone skips over Temple of Doom. It's a horrible movie.
Maybe. I
No,
don't
it's
know.
bad. And we learned today, or I did, and I told Sweetie, we were like, what? Temple of Jones Temple of Doom is a prequel.
Whoa!
Supposed to be the year before this movie happens in 1935.
It's crazy, man.
Crazy.
Everything
Now I want to
changed.
rewatch that movie to be like, oh, wait a minute.
Well, nothing really changes, though. It's like, what knowledge does he gain from
Well-
this that he would have,
Right.
that upsets your notion of the Temple of Doom that he did not know.
Right.
Like,
I don't know. Well, I'd like to see if there's any like stuff like that. But the only reason they did that was because I read that George Lucas did not want the Nazis for the evil, the enemy in the second movie. So that's why
it didn't have to be. I always thought he just was like, I'm going to take a trip to Thailand.
But what have we found? Like, that's the weakest movie, and it's the only one that doesn't have Nazis.
Yeah,
so
right.
you do the math.
Nazis are the thing. You need the Nazis. You need
And
them.
I want to talk about that later.
Okay.
Just about Nazis as the enemy.
Okay.
But I have like a lot more to say about it. So I think we should just
let's
synop.
start this up.
It's time for the sweetie synopsis. Yeah,
Sweeties. Indiana Jones is an archaeologist, teacher of archaeology by day, adventurer, hot bod by night, who travels to countries or continents, in this case, South America, we're not sure where, to find relics of days begone.
good one.
Usually they involve, a lot. It's a lot of adventure. There's a lot of adventuring. He needs to swing on at least 7 vines, or it's not a good
And
day
that whip
for him.
comes damn handy, right?
He's got, instead of like normal weapons, he has this whip, which can be used as a thing to get guns out of people's hands. Another thing,
makeshift vine
to get that 8th vine that he needs. Just whipping
whipping
people,
people.
like fuck you guys. I don't know. It's coming very handy.
I mean, now from these movies, now I know if I'm like ever anywhere, all I need is a whip.
Yeah.
And like I'll be fine.
it's really all you need.
Yeah.
It's all you need, man. And a cool hat, maybe.
Cool hat.
Just in case. Leather jacket. I'm not sure. Yeah. So, at his day job as an professor of archaeology, some fellers from the Army Intelligence,
Not a thing.
not a real thing, come and are like, yo, we intercepted this thing from the Nazis. It says this. Do you know what it means? And they read it and they know what it means, you guys, because it mentions his mentor.
Yep.
Right. Which is at what's his first name?
Elmer Ravenwood?
No. It's something weird. Something Ravenwood.
Ravenwood.
They're like something, the staff, blah, blah, blah. So it turns out that this guy was like a scholar of the Ark of the Covenant, which is what they use to keep the 10 Commandments in. So apparently legend has it that blah, 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 complicated story here that I'm not going to remember.
Skip over that.
Insert that. Is hidden somewhere around Egypt. In Egypt somewhere.
The city of tennis.
City of tennis. So he realizes that the Nazis are going to look for this guy, his mentor Ravenwood, who last he heard was somewhere in Asia, probably Nepal. So they're like, all right, go and figure this out because we don't want the Nazis to get whatever this is. I'm not sure I believe in this, but in case it's real, please get it.
So time out. So the Nazis knew Ravenwood was a scholar. So that's like they were going.
They knew
they were going to see him.
They knew he had the staff, the medallion thing that they needed.
But they didn't know that he was D-E-A-D.
I don't think so.
Okay.
No, I always thought they killed him for a minute because
Well, then I was confused because it was like in the Crusade,
they kidnap Henry.
Yeah, right. It's kind of the same dynamic.
And they're like, give me your knowledge. And okay. We get it. So Indiana travels to Nepal, goes to this bar,
sick bar
owned by the guys whose name we forget. It's Ravenwood's daughter, Marion, who had a fling with Indiana Jones back in the day.
She must have been real young too, and they're super vague about like what happened. She's like, "You wrecked my life. I was just a child. I loved you." But you don't know anything what happened. You don't know the approximate ages of these people.
I'm sure he was just like, "I like you, but I don't love you."
Here's what I'm guessing. Marion was like a teenager.
Mm-hmm.
He was a grad student, let's say early 20s,
Sure.
under this Ravenwood fella.
Mm-hmm.
They have this little to do, maybe takes her V card, let's say.
Okay.
She's a little upset about it. But then he's like, fuck yo, bitch, I gotta travel the world and do my thing.
I gotta steal more artifacts.
Leaves. And then she's like, where the fuck
She's
did
heartbroken,
you go?
yeah.
So she's basically ghosted by Indiana Jones. And he's like, I'm never going to see you again. And then that means he like doesn't talk to his mentor, whatever his name, Ravenwood, we can't remember. The dad. So Marion's dad. So Marion's dad is now dead, but she owns this really cool bar in Nepal. Top 10 bars I want to go to in like the world, maybe.
Or is it like
it's pretty awesome?
Would this be anybody's life goal to be like, I'm gonna move to Nepal,
Right.
open
Why
a
is she
bar
still there?
where my only true revenue is the bets people place on whether or not I can drink this
She's
fat
making-
Nepalese
she's
guy under the
making
table.
bank, like doing drinking games.
Side business, yeah. She's cool. She's cool.
Yeah, she's pretty cool. But it's a cool bar,
yeah.
right?
So Indiana shows up. He's like, "Yo, where that medallion at?" And she's like, "I don't know, bitch. Come back tomorrow." And
We're taking this in a whole other
you know
direction.
what? This is,
I love it.
This is how we do it.
I know.
So he like leaves. Cute, creepy as fuck German guy. What is his name? I don't care.
Oh, I just read it.
I
It's
call
like-
him creepy dick face German guy is what I call him in
Yeah.
my head.
His
Not sure what his real
means,
name is.
Like
Dick
pain or
face?
something.
Oh,
No, in
close
German.
enough. He's disgusting. I hate him. He's so like sniveling
gross.
and gross, and he always calls Marion Fraulein, which I know is a German word for like ma'am, miss, and
senorita.
like whatever. That's fine, but like the way he
Senora.
says it, I'm not okay with it. I'm not okay with it, you guys. So she's like, "You're creepy." So he tries to get the medallion out of her by burning her. They're interrupted by Indiana Jones, who obviously stuck around because
Thank God.
yeah. The gunfight breaks out, blah, blah, blah. German guy sees the medallion, is like, "Oh, I got it." It's been burning hot in the burning flames. He doesn't realize it, tries to grab it. Ooh, a big mistake. Burns a giant imprint in his hand.
Shit out of his hand.
Runs outside, sticks his hand in the snow.
So good.
Indy and Marion get the medallion and run away. She's like, "I'm coming with you."
Yeah. I'm your goddamn partner.
All right, so next leg begins.
Yep. Next leg is Egypt. So they go to Egypt. They stay with Indy's friend Salah. So awesome. He's like this family of like 20 kids and his wife. And he tells them that the Nazis are digging in the city of Tanis. So he owns some sort of like construction company or something. So he's like helping with the dig. Yeah. So he's like the insider on the dig. And so they figure out that the thing that Marion has tells you how long to make this staff. There's this map room within the village of Tanis where if you put this large staff with the headpiece medallion on it and the sun shines in onto this map on the floor, will tell you exactly where to dig. So the Nazis only had one side of the medallion, which we think was because the guy who burned his hand like had one side of it, but there was another message on the other side that said, it was like, make the staff this long, and then the other side was like, take also this much away for like the respect of God or whatever.
I just want to point out that
Yeah.
I figured that out on my own
Yeah.
tonight.
Yeah.
It was a big deal. for
30
me.
years later.
It was a really big deal. I
It
felt really
was.
proud about it.
Breakthrough.
Yeah. So just wanted to point that out.
So whole point is that the Nazis are digging in the wrong place. So they're like, okay,
stop.
we got a chance here. Then, sadly, there's a ruckus in the bazaar.
That was before. That was before the digging.
What?
Yeah.
No. He found that the staff was too small after she died?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Okay. So, BTW, Marion supposedly dies.
She's in a basket
With a ruckus.
She like gets thrown in a
Yeah,
car.
there's a whole ruckus with
blows
the
up.
Nazis. They confront him. He gets away from it and finds out that his art enemy, Belloc, this French also archaeologist, who is in the beginning scene, who took away the like kind of figurine that he was
Basically,
trying to
he
find in
doesn't
South
do any of his
America.
own work.
Yeah, he steals everybody's shit.
He's an asshole face.
Yeah. So anyway, so he
is.
finds out he's working for the Nazis. So again, he's trying to like steal all of his shit again, and it doesn't quite happen yet. But anyway, so they sneak into the Nazi encampment in Tanis, get into the map room, figure out where to dig. They get all these people. Salah has all these people to help them dig. They find the place. So the place is called the Well of Souls, and it's this big room underneath the ground with all these like crazy sculptures, and unfortunately, tons of snakes. What does Indiana Jones hate more than anything?
Snakes.
Snakes.
Hate. Why'd it have to be snakes?
Why did it have to be snakes?
Yeah. So, meanwhile, guess what, you guys? Marion is not dead.
What?
She ain't dead. She ain't dead. We don't know what the hell happened. They put like a different basket in the truck, or like what the fuck was up with that? But she's there they bring her there. They give her as like a present to Belloc to like be his like sexy dinner guest. I don't know. He had for some reason carries around a white fluffy dress in a box and is like, please put this on. I'd very much like it if you put it down. And she puts it on. She's like, oh, I know, I'll get him drunk, because apparently she's immune to alcohol, so she can't get drunk.
Talk about that later.
Yeah. She tries that stunt again. Doesn't work. She tries to escape. They catch her. Meanwhile, they see all these people digging in the distance, and they're like, wait, what's happening over there? So they go, and it's Indy and Sala and those guys. They found the Ark, so Belloc interrupts them and is like, hey, it's me. I guess I stole your work again. Ha ha, you're an asshole. And then they throw Marion like into the pit with him and then close it up, presumably where they will die buried alive. You know, one of my worst fears, no big deal. I'm not going to dwell on it.
I thought about that too. I was like, what would that be to die there?
I mean, I'm not going to get into it, but like one time I went to see Aida in New York and I had a panic attack watching it because there's like a buried alive scene. And I'm like, fuck this shit. It's stressful. Okay. So don't worry though, because there's an alternate exit.
Always is.
Out of the Well of Souls. Turns out there's a back door. You just like follow where the snakes come out of the holes. All these snakes are coming out.
He did break through the wall with a gigantic like Anubis
a gigantic Anubis statue. There's all these skeletons. They get out. The exit is conveniently right at the airstrip where the Nazi planes are taking off.
How convenient.
So they try to hijack a plane to get out of there. It doesn't go so well. They blow up a bunch of shit.
Some guy gets eaten up by propellers.
They make their
Kinda
escape.
nasty.
The Nazis are like, shit, let's get out of here. They put the Ark on a truck. They're like, we're gonna get out of here. They like speed off. Indiana Jones is like, I'm getting on this horse. I'm getting that Ark.
Getting that Ark, even though it's like 50-1.
And they're in a car and I'm on a horse. Yes. Like, grab a truck, dude. Like, who gets the horse?
And they have like machine guns and bazookas, and still this man does not come down.
He makes it.
He does. He takes everybody out.
Takes everybody out. They
doesn't even fire a bullet.
No, they make it to Cairo. They board a ship, thanks to Sula's like pirate friends.
Everyone needs pirate friends.
They are on the ship. You're like, yay, everything's great with the Ark. Meanwhile, the Ark's doing some like funky ass shit. It's doing like glowing shit. It's making the rats go a little cray cray.
Did it burn like the Nazi box and insignia because it was like bad Nazis bad?
No, I think it was just like powerful.
Power,
yeah,
like
the
energy,
power.
like
That's why the rats were like,
okay.
oh shit,
like crazy psychic spiritual energy. Like
the rats were not having it. That one rat's like,
what kind of rat to do that? Maybe like played like crazy frequency.
They did something bad to it. There was no disclaimer that said no rats were hurt in the making of this film, so I can only assume you hate rats. Why do you care?
That's true.
Anyway, so the boat gets stopped by, guess what? So stereotypical. A Nazi U-boat. Right? Yeah, submarine. So the sub. So they get Marion again because Belloc like can't get enough of her. He's like, you gotta take her again. Like, get over it, dude.
She doesn't like you.
So Indy like hides in a pipe and then runs after them.
Hides in a pipe, you know.
One of those big pipe
cool.
things.
I know.
I don't know what it's called. Who knows? It's a submarine. I don't know
upper body
submarines.
strength. He's like,
Yeah. Like, if Belloc only would like use his eyes, he could have seen his little head sticking out. Like,
Indy is everywhere. I'm like, dude, look around.
Wouldn't that be great if he was like, there he is?
This guy is always there.
He's in the big bucket.
Indy is always there. He's fucking everywhere.
Yeah, you just have to look. It's like, where's Waldo?
Right.
Just like, use your eyes, dude.
Where is IJ? Come on.
You'll find him. In Hebrew.
Hebrew?
Jehovah begins with
an I. An I. J. Oh, in Hebrew, Jehovah begins
I love
with
that
an
part.
I.
I love that part. Okay, yeah.
Wrong
we
movie,
love,
but
we love it. We'll
same
talk about it
theme.
later. Anyway, so this is so much fun. This is the greatest synopsis of all time. Okay. So,
Boom.
serious.
Nazis take the Ark back.
Yep. So now they have it back. It's such like a fucking game of table tennis here. It's like dang, 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 dang. Who's gonna
Who's gonna get it?
So they are like, we're opening this baby at this random Greek island where no one will see us. So they take it there. Indiana Jones tries to intercept them with a bazooka. But then Belloc's like, do you want to blow the ark up or do you want to see the power of God? And Indy's like, you're right. I guess I'd rather be tied. Up to a stake and watch it be open than escape with my life. Yeah. Okay. So they tie Marion and Indy up. They open the ark. At first, you think it's just sand, and Belloc's like, what the shit is this? What a fucking ripoff. Fucking German guy's like, I knew this was a piece of shit. Meanwhile, weird stuff's happening in that sand. There's like sparkly, like spooky spooks.
Spooks start coming out.
Yeah,
of
these
it.
like spirits are like, oh.
The sky changes color. They look really pretty at first. They look like, pretty women.
And the Nazis are like, oh, this is fun. I'm having a good time.
And then, not so pretty.
Turns bad.
Turns nasty
Real
demons.
bad.
And then everyone's head catches on fire. They all explode.
They all get like impaled by like lightning fire things.
Wrath of God shit.
The three guys at the top, their faces melt off. They're like, they all have the really great screaming faces.
Yeah,
Did you notice that?
Yeah.
We should do an Instagram boomer, like a photo of us trying to do that because they have really good ones. Indiana tells Marion, like, don't look at it. Whatever you do, don't look at it. So they close their eyes, which ends up sparing them because all the Nazis are dead. They're done. They're all dead.
Sucked back into the ark. Like, it's weird because the sky opens and then something goes in there, but then it all gets sucked back into the ark.
And the cover goes neatly on top, and that's it. Bloop. So crisis over.
Yep.
Nazi's dead.
Nazi's dead.
Thank God. So they take the box back. Yep. The Army Intelligence, not a real thing, agency is like, thanks very much. You did a good job. Here's some money. And he's like, wait, what about, where's the ark? Where's the ark going? And they're like, oh, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that.
Because his thing with Indiana Jones always wants to go in a museum. That's his thing. He's like on the archaeologist on the right side of things. He wants people to see it and appreciate it. And like, obviously he put all the effort and like risked his life so many times. He kind of wants possession of that. But U.S. government's like, no, not happening.
We got a place for it.
And then it just ends with this so it's all crated up and in this giant warehouse. And this old man is like, has the box on this thing. He just like wheels it in. And it's this warehouse, it's, I don't know, many football fields long. And there's just all these other boxes in there. And you don't know what's in those boxes. We don't know. Totally ambiguous. And it just is there with everything else. Never to be seen again.
End movie.
End.
Dun, 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 dun. There's a lot of boxes in the warehouse.
It's pretty sketchy. What's in those boxes?
Maybe Jesus's body. Maybe
not the cup of Christ,
because that's coming up.
That's another movie. But that's pretty cool that like, the U.S. government wasn't like, hey, let's use this to fight the Nazis. They just box that shit up, and they're like, no,
we were smart.
Yeah.
It's pretty obvious.
We don't fuck around with that stuff.
Right? I mean, like, if lightning is coming out of something and killing people, probably not a safe weapon to use. Because how's it going to differentiate? I mean, I forget who says this. I think it's Brody. He says, the Ark of the Covenant lays waste to entire regions. So you're like, yeah, let me harness that. Like, why would you think you wouldn't be affected by that?
Yeah. Well, I mean, a couple of things here, right? So you're like, okay, delusional Nazis. You think God would be on your side? Like, delusional, number one. Number two, that's a Jewish relic. You're just destroying their entire world of people.
Idiots.
Not going to work in your favor. Number two. I don't know what number three is, but it's fucked
just
up.
Shut up. Yeah, you're dumb. You're dumb.
But there was a thing, and this is what, and I started to do a little research on this, but it was too much weird citations and stuff, but about the obsession with occult stuff that the Nazis did have about getting relics and things from different societies. But mostly I think they were wanting to, preserve stuff that was obviously pro-Aryan and pro-white civilization and stuff like that. That's why the Ark, the power of it does make sense. But the thought that it would work in their favor, you're like, wait a second.
Yeah, kind of dumb.
Yeah.
Kind of dim.
That is not a weapon.
Nope.
Don't play with God. God will fuck you up.
He's serious. He doesn't mess around.
Anyway, awesome movie.
High five.
It gets better every time we watch it.
It does. Yeah. I watched this around Christmas time. Watch it now. I'm like, dang, I'll watch it again. I don't care.
Watches.
I don't care. So, a few things I just want to talk about. I have a question for myself.
Sure.
Did I know this was set in 1936 as a child?
Yeah.
Probably not. I probably was like, this is an 80s movie.
Yeah.
I maybe vaguely was aware of some Nazi action,
Right.
but I'm not sure I knew what the Nazis were at such a young age. Because I watched this. We were probably
Which
young.
begs the question, like, when do little kids know about the Nazis?
Oh, such a good question.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think I learned about them until... I mean, I knew about them.
Remember we had the giant book called The Third Reich that Dad had?
What?
It was like a coffee table book, essentially.
Oh.
It was this giant... We just had these, like... Okay, we weren't Nazis. But we had this, like, very nice bookcase with, like,
but
all these great
what
books
was it?
in it.
What's that about?
So The Third Reich is a really famous book about the Third Reich. Really famous. It was black
they
cover.
need to put a giant swastika on the cover? Like,
Yeah.
do they need to do that? Like, I feel like...
I mean, almost all books about Nazis. Remember I read that book about Hitler? And
Yes,
I was
I
like,
remember.
I had to carry... It was like a 1,000-page book. And I was like, let me read this giant... It was a 2-part biography about Hitler. And it was, like, so giant. And I had to carry it with me, like, all the time. I had, like, got back problems from it. But I'd be, like, reading it on the train. And, man, did I get the worst looks ever.
But really, I guess... No, like this movie probably taught us what the Nazis were.
Right.
Like, immediately told you that A, they were bad.
Right.
B, they were such assholes. Like, C, fuck those guys.
Right.
So we knew going
Right,
into
which I
school, Nazis bad.
Yes, because you don't learn about World War II until, like, high
No,
school,
but
right?
you should learn about the Holocaust like before,
Yeah.
like in 8th grade. Definitely, we learned about it.
Definitely.
But, yeah.
But, I mean, and I will use this now as my little talk about, like, Nazis as the ultimate evil and how no one, because now, like I remember I got this discussion about books and about books about wars, right? So there's all these books about World War II and how it's so easy to find, you know, there's no gray area in, like, who the enemy was in World War II, right? There's not, like, a lot of times with wars, you're like, oh, like, you need to see both sides because whoever loses, like, doesn't get their side told. But that's never the case for World War II because the enemy was so inherently evil and it was not a question of, like, who is good and bad. But the wars that we've had recently, so Vietnam, Afghanistan, Iraq, all are so, like, gray because there isn't, like, a common enemy. Like, you can see both sides of it and, like, we think they're the enemy because they're killing us, but, like, why are they killing us, kind of a thing. So it's just interesting, and why Nazis are always a great thing to center your movie or book around because everyone fucking hates them. It's awesome.
You're not going to hurt anyone's feelings if you're like, the Nazis suck.
unless you're a white supremacist.
Sorry, not sorry. Yeah.
But yeah, so I feel like, like we were saying before, like Temple of Doom is the only movie in the Indiana Jones franchise where it's not Nazis, and I feel like that one is less successful. Again, because you don't identify, because you're like, who are, you know, they are scary people in that one with that, like, tribe who does the whole pulling the heart out of the bodies and stuff. Yes, that's, like, bad. But there obviously is not the historical, like, pretense, and also, like, you just, you know, it's not, like, rooted in anything. I feel like if you make your shit with Nazis, it's gonna work out.
But it's interesting because technically, now we're getting into a whole religion thing. I don't know if I would call this religion, like, historical, though. Oh, you're saying the Nazis are historical.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
sorry. Yeah, because this movie always makes me question, like, oh, so they obviously believe, like, if the Army intelligence is to believe that this Ark of the Covenant is true, that would mean that, like, the only religion that is real, right, is the Bible is a real thing. God is a real thing.
Well, it doesn't mean that's the only one, but that would mean,
I
like,
think it makes
that
sense.
is true. But I do like, I like how you bring that up, because my take on that was just like Ghostbusters. It's like, again, that, like, intersection of, like, religion and science, like, coming in. And the whole movie you see, because Indiana Jones doesn't believe in it. Like, he never really does. Because remember when he's explaining the whole, like, religious stuff to the guys, he's like, oh, it's like, wrath of God shit or whatever. Like, he's always only interested in the science
He
and
saw
the
it.
actual
He didn't
things.
see it for himself, but he witnessed.
Wow. So
in some level.
but both of the movies, this is what happens to him. So he comes into it being like, I'm a scientist. I'm only in it to get the artifact and sort of get out. And he has these, like, religious things that go on with him. So it's this one, and then obviously at the
Last
Crusade, where it's like the whole knights thing ends up being true. Like, he thought he was just going to get the goblet and, like, get out of there, but it's really like that whole thing. So is that like a sort of statement about how science and religion can sort of exist together?
Yes.
Maybe. Because the thing with the Bible and all that stuff is like it was real in the sense that like Jesus Christ was a real person. It's not that he wasn't. It's that like the religion
that's a Jewish. That's a Jewish.
He was a Jew, but
no,
like,
but like they, I mean, acknowledge his existence, but not that he was like a higher power.
Right, exactly. And that's what Christianity did. Like it elevated him to that. But they were real people, but it was like the religion that came out of that is not necessarily like is real, you know?
Or the stuff that happened,
right?
Like his resurrection and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it gets tricky. It gets tricky. But this movie definitely confused me because I was like, wait, 10 Commandments are real? Okay. You know, just take it for what it is. I
still want it to be real. Like I still like see and, you know, sort of believe in that kind of stuff. If only in the sense that like, I don't know if I necessarily believe, this is me talking like very existential here, but in necessarily like a God or whatever, but I believe in like intense energy and stuff that would be able to do something like that. You know what I mean? Like not necessarily like one God or anything like that, but there's just like in some places so much energy that could create that sort of destruction or something.
Yeah.
It's like in Ghostbusters.
Getting deep. Let's get back to the funnest stuff. Do you want to talk about anything in particular first?
I don't know if I should just like go down my list or what.
Yeah, that's fine. Do that.
Okay, so my who's that guy moment. Who's that guy?
Who's that guy?
Alfred Molina, which we maybe have talked about, not in the sense that he has been in movies we've covered, but I think in Omega when we talked about it in.
It was a guess on my part. I said maybe Addams Family.
Yeah, Addams Family. We were talking about Raul Julia and Gomez about how he's racially ambiguous, and we brought up Alfred Molina, who has played. I did some research. I guess he's British, but with Italian and Spanish roots. So he has played like in this, he's a South American. In Chocolat, he's French. He's Italian in like Da Vinci Code. He plays like a lot of Italian people. Andre thought he might have been like Arab or like Egyptian or something.
Yeah.
So he really like plays the gamut. But this was his first movie. Alfred Molina. He's pretty good, and he gets covered by tarantulas in this one, which is Andre's scariest scene.
I'm shaking my head. It's not okay. I'm not okay with it. I once made a list of my 10 least favorite spider scenes. I'm gonna say the word spider from now on because the T word just like makes me crawl, like makes me cringe. I'm just like
crawly?
Not into it. Oh, stop! Come on. Yeah. So 10 least favorite spider scenes. This was number 1. So terrifying. So the story goes, the legend has it that in that music and movies class, which we talked about when we talked about something, I don't remember what, Death Becomes Her, maybe. Yes. My teacher brought up how this scene has like an ingenious, like one note or like instrument used in this spider scene where Alfred Molina is like, Mr. Jones, like turn around, like you're covered. So he notices. So the camera sees all these spiders on Indy, and there's this like one string playing. It's like it's so creepy, crawly.
So good.
So she brought that up, and for some reason, when she brought up this story, the way she was describing it made it sound like one spider was on Indiana Jones's back. So I'm like, I don't remember that scene at all. I don't know. Like I've watched that movie so many times. I don't remember that scene at all. So I was like, oh, okay. So I turn it on. Watch that scene. I'm like, okay, I know why I don't remember now. I fucking blocked it out. That shit is terrifying. Oh my God. There's at least 20 spiders on him. Well, on Indy, there's like 5, but on Alfred Molina turns around, he's got like
his whole back.
He's got like a fucking coat of spiders on him, covered in spiders. I can't handle it, you guys. I can't handle it. It's too much. I had to stop eating when we watched this tonight, and I just got very upset. So I'm not okay with it. I just want you to know. Also, why I'm not going to South America ever in my life, even though I'm sure that's not a thing. That like they're like those kinds of spiders are around there. You know which ones I'm talking about, like the fucking Home Alone.
Furry tarantulas.
Orange and black colored. Gross. No, thank you.
Yeah. I mean, that's a great scene. So obviously it's the scene in the beginning where there's like the big ball comes down and almost crushes him. So it's a scene filled with booby traps, which I love booby traps.
Booby traps.
I just wrote down booby traps because I love saying that word, and also it's awesome. So, like, they navigate through this temple, and Indiana Jones is so smart, and this happens in Last Crusade too. He knows, like, where all the booby traps are, and he can, like, see them and guess them before they come.
But in Last Crusade, he has that book
Yeah,
of his father's that
so
has
that
all the
helps.
stuff.
That
So
helps.
kind of cheating.
This one he doesn't.
Yeah.
But it's like
Pure
super famous
instinct.
scene, and I like one of the main scary parts I remember from when I was a little kid, and I forgot about it, and then remembered when I was watching this.
Can you recreate your scream when we get to it?
It was more like a gasp. Like a gasp.
No, it was like a gasp.
So they get through it, and then Alfred Molina is like his little like sidekick helping him through. He's like a native sort of this like village, South American village. So they get through it. They get the gold figurine thing, and then they have to like get over the thing. And Alfred Lee Molina goes first, and the bow breaks where they had the whip. So then Alfred Molina's like, "Throw me the statue," and Indiana's like, "Throw me the whip," and he's like, "I'll throw you the whip if you give me the statue." Blah blah blah. So he throws the statue, and then Alfred Molina becomes a giant asshole and is like, "Later, Gator, I'm out of here." Leaves. Indy finds his way, as he always does, out of the thing, and he's like walking through, and then he sees. It's like a weird distraction thing because he like sees something else, and then he just does one turn, and it's Alfred Molina's face impaled by like one of the giant spears that they had kind of gotten through before, and it's totally a fake face. Doesn't look anything like him, but it's really scary. And I was like, "Ah!" like that today. I just forgot like all about it, and it's really good. I just remember how I think I closed my eyes. I never used to watch it, so
yeah, I know. Yeah, it was a
I grew out of it. I'm really proud, guys. Like I can watch that scene now, not even blink.
you did
that's
scream. Yeah.
that's a good scene. That's a good scene.
Speaking of scary scenes, so the full list of scary scenes that probably traumatized everybody as children are. So for me, the spiders. I don't know if everyone else is probably like a child, like, "Oh, cool spiders." Yeah, fuck you guys. So the end when the Ark melts the faces of the Nazis is commonly on lists of scariest movie moments. Not just I think primarily because people watch it as children and it affected them so much. Like I don't know if it would be scary.
It's so like the poltergeist scene too. Don't you feel like that when he pulls his face off in the bathroom?
Yeah,
it's that same
it's just
kind
that.
of
I mean,
feeling.
It's just so. I think because of the practical effects of the like, they took a wax figurine. I forget they did it like reverse.
Yeah.
Right. They did
Yeah.
something, and it like caves in on itself and then like melts. It's very alarming, and it's still jarring to watch today. You're like, ooh,
Yeah,
scary. They're all screaming. It's a little scary.
It's just a very intense. I mean, it's a super
it's just
intense scene.
So thirdly, the airplane propeller like rips up that guy's face, the like crazy German guy who's
Which
like,
you don't see, which I really
right.
appreciate.
And he's like, "I'm gonna take my shirt off and fight you," and then they're like, he's like punching him, and then doesn't notice the airplane propeller behind him, chops him up. So that's the scene I specifically remember as a child being super traumatized at, because you just see all this like red blood splash against the airplane, the window. So very scary, gross, scary. It's just the idea of it. You don't see it, but it's the suggestion of what happens that very much makes you very scared. So then the German guy in general skeeved me the fuck out, scared me as a child. His scream face at the end is the one that sticks with people the most, I think.
Yeah.
He has and he does this at least 3 times in the movie. He does that full mouth scream that's just like,
Oh, yeah.
like, he gets burned his hand. The thing at the end, I think there was another part. Maybe that was just those 2. I don't know. But he's very good at screaming, so maybe that's why he got the job. I don't know. And then the last one, for me at least, is when they're in the Well of Souls and they find that back exit out. Marion's like, "Indy, where are you?" And she's like, "Where is he?" And there's all these like spider webs, and then all of a sudden there's all these fucking skeletons, and they kind of, I guess, is this part of the music, that the screaming, or are the skeletons screaming because their souls are trapped in the bones?
Yeah. Who knows? I mean,
Well, they seem to scream. They're like, "Ah!"
That's so gross.
It's so scary.
Imagine
And then the
being
camera
caught up in that.
focuses on this particular skeleton with the giant snake coming through its mouth.
Yeah.
And it's so creepy. It really fucked me up.
Yeah, that is
So-
one of the scariest scenes by far.
For sure. So those are my scary scenes.
Okay, yeah, those are really, really good.
Yeah.
I guess I want to talk a little bit about the drinking contest. So I remember I brought this up before. This was not this time, and we were talking about this movie another time, and about that whole drinking contest, and about how my theory was that like she had developed this insane tolerance of living there and having this bar that like alcohol doesn't affect her. Mm-hmm. So she uses that obviously for these sort of betting kind of games where she bets these like giant Nepalese men to drink all these shots. You know, don't know what kind of shots it is. It's probably vodka. They're near Russia, like probably vodka. Mm. That's how she makes a lot of money. But then she uses it again with Belloc, and like he brings out this bottle of, we think it's like grappa maybe, a really high proof spirit, and then they drink, and she knows that she can drink a lot, and he like,
Can't handle it.
gags on the first shot. So she's like, I got this in the bag, and then uses that to like steal away. So I love that about Marion, and she's like a fucking spitfire, and is by far the best like Indiana Jones woman of like the trio, let's say. However, she still is a little screechy and annoying, which is literally the quality of every woman in all of these, which I can't stand. Like she is a badass, but they still make her do really annoying things, which is what kills me about her.
He's
role.
like, I'll put you on this hay truck so that you're not in the way, and then the truck like drives away, and she's like, I'm driving away,
and she's always like, Indy.
Yeah, and then she's like, I'm gonna get in this basket and hide, and then they like pick it up. She's like, Indy,
but she can clearly hold her own because she's shot people.
I think that was a direction of probably Spielberg, or
which
something.
Annoys me. Yeah. And it's by far the epitome of it is the Kate Capshaw role in the Temple of Doom, which is the most annoying role for like a woman I've ever seen in my whole life.
I don't think anybody likes her, so it's fine.
But like, Marion like holds her own. She will like punch people. She is like ready to like throw it down. And the fact that there has to be this sort of helpless side of her, and she's always getting like locked into things, and Indy has to come and like let her out. I don't know. Like that shit is annoying to me.
Yeah.
And I hate how that happens because she is really awesome in this. But like I said, like I just feel like it's not her fault.
Not her fault. It's not her fault. She's useless. She's sometimes useless. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it happens.
Well, on those lines, what is your favorite Marion outfit? I'm going to give you a couple options. Ready? Okay. The Nepal casual wear. Her hair is in a braid, pretty like casual, sort of masculine. But yep. The Egyptian harem pants, espadrilles, like sort of high-heeled shoes. Weird faux wedding dress.
It's weird.
Brought by Belloc.
Yep.
Silk nightie. Or khaki suit, cool hat at the end.
I mean, I think definitely the Egyptian harem pants, the red pants,
so
just
good.
really pops. It pops in that marketplace.
I love those
shoes. I think is what they were going for.
Yeah.
Good look for her. Good look. I did like her hat at the end though, but I thought the suit was a little frumpy.
Okay.
Good hat though.
Yeah, she was so buttoned up because the rest of her hair is in like kind of fun things, and it's funny how in the first one she's in like braids, but then her hair is down for the rest of them.
A bar in Nepal, doesn't get to dress up, obviously. So,
but I like, and it's always white, so it's like the silk nightie is like nice and white. That like pink. Weird like white like wedding dress,
like a blush.
That's still. Right. Yeah, I would go with. I really do like that weird faux wedding dress / that looks really 80s, but like I just love it.
It has
those
its
cute
charms.
white shoes.
It has its charms.
Remember those white shoes I had?
The
my
snakes
first high-heeled
through.
shoes?
Oh, yeah.
Were white.
Yeah.
My first communion shoes.
They were. Same ones. So just a moment of silence for the spy Nazi monkey that dies after eating the bad dates. I miss you. I still get very upset about it. I know, but I
don't feel that bad about that. That was a bad monkey.
You felt so bad when we were watching it.
Well,
you got upset.
He just looks so like little and dead there.
It's a girl, first of all. He's little and dead because he's like his fucking eye patch.
Why is it a girl?
They call it a girl several times.
So
his eye patch, her eye patch owner is like, I'm gonna poison these dates, but he forgets to tell his monkey companion that he poisoned the dates.
Oops.
And is like, psst, monkey, don't eat those dates.
He didn't care about her.
He didn't care. So the monkey fucking eats the dates and dies.
No, I mean she was sweet, but really, obviously, she was a Nazi monkey. So that's all you have to say. Like,
she's working for the wrong
She
side.
saluted. Like it's over. It's done.
It's true. Okay.
I'm sorry.
I feel better. Yeah, you feel a little bit better about it. Do you have a particular favorite scene, or do you have a hard time choosing it? Because I definitely have a hard time.
Yeah, super hard time choosing it. This is like a really random scene, but I'll just tell you I will love it. I don't know if it's my favorite, but I always just like, it's very striking to me, and I'm always just like, almost like takes my breath away.
Okay.
So they're like digging, and they finally figure out where the Well of the Souls is, and they get all Salah's friends to dig, and the sun is setting. And it's this like beautiful like African sunscape, and the guys are doing this sort of chant when they dig, and they show Indiana taking off his robes, and he puts on his hat just in like the shadow, and it's like the most beautiful scene. It always like takes my breath away. I'm like with like the guys like singing their sort of like African sort of song or Egyptian kind of songs. It's just like so breathtaking. I just love that.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I guess I never totally noticed that, but I know what you mean. It's a good one. For some reason, my favorite scene is always when Marion and Belloc are doing the drinking thing. Mm-hmm. She tries to trick him and, like, takes a knife and is like, well, I've got to be going now. But then this fucking dickhead German guy is behind her, and he's like, evening, Fräulein. Sniveling. And then he like takes out this thing, which they think is some crazy torture device. And she like backs into Belloc, and they're both terrified. And he takes it out. It looks like nunchucks. And they're like, oh, God. And then he like snaps it up, and it turns into a coat hanger, and he hangs his jacket on it. It's so classic. Yeah, I just love that. Good. I love that scene. I think it's so funny. Really excellent. So just quickly here. How many days of the year do you think he actually teaches his course at this university? I feel like he's always adventuring. I think we should do an interview with one of the students. Her name is Isabel. She's here today to do an interview. Isabel, what would you like to say about Professor Jones? Professor Jones only teaches one class a year, so that's why all the girls go to the class and try to have sex with him, because it's only here for one day of the year, so we have to make it count.
That would be amazing if he was your teacher, though. Wow.
Oh my God, it'd be so hot.
My history teachers look like that in college.
I would totally tattoo on my eye. Love me. Please explain to the listeners what you figured out.
So this
today.
was my epiphany. I just discovered this moment of this watching. So the girl, and this is one scene I totally remember from when I was a little kid too. So if you remember in the one scene that's in him teaching, it's all girls in this classroom, and they're just staring at him with their hands, their head in their hands, so dreamy. Look at that dreamboat in the front of the classroom. And one girl blinks her eyes, and she has love on one eyelid, you on the other. But she opens her eyes really big at first, so it's to be I, and then love you. Get it? Just got that.
Totally didn't get it until today. Wow, we each figured out an important cool thing today.
That is some intense way to flirt with a crush.
I know. Yeah, that's devotion. And I love the one guy in the class who's oh, I give up, and gives him an apple.
Nice green apple.
This is all I got.
That's not a stereotype, giving an apple to a teacher.
No. Well, not in the 30s.
But to answer your question, because how long did it take to fly to fucking Nepal in 1936?
And who's covering his classes?
Months? And I wrote down how scary was it to do transatlantic flights in 1936?
And the plane that takes him to Nepal is a fucking tub. It's it looks like an old tub.
If that shit is scary now, can you imagine in 1936,
still
literally in a tin can with no heat, no instrument? It's not like those guys had autopilot.
And they're like,
hey.
Sure, you can smoke in here. It just seems bad.
Probably not a lot of food. How I just would love
shocked.
to know.
I'm shocked he's alive.
How long that took? How rocky were those flights?
Yeah.
Did you think you were gonna die every second of them?
Yep.
It's mind-boggling to me.
Travel was, it was a scary thing back then, and he made it. He made it though, not only there but also back to Egypt. So, props to you, Indiana Jones. Indiana Jones, we love you. Obviously John Williams does the music again. Mm-hmm. So funny, so there was the spider scene, which is great. The Indiana Jones theme, classic. Funny thing about, I don't think we studied this specifically in music and movies, but I noticed it on this watch. So that marketplace scene is very action-packed, but the music is very funny. Yeah. So it makes you kind of relax, I feel like. Whereas they could have totally changed the tone of that scene if they had made music
it's
more
pretty violent. People are
scary.
dying.
So they definitely put a lighter edge to it, which it was interesting to notice on this rewatch. But
no,
good job
good
as
music as always
usual,
by
Johnny Williams.
I think it's time to talk about our Disney MGM Indiana Jones Adventure story.
Yeah. So Disney has a ride, in air quotes, which is just a thing that you go to and sit and watch. And it's called the Indiana Jones Stunt Spectacular. And it features some stunt actors kind of recreating all the big moments in Raiders of the Lost Ark. So you have the beginning scene with the ball and all that stuff, and it's kind of cool. The guy
really cool.
does the thing, and then they're like cut, and they it's like a movie, and you're like
It's this big sort of stage, and there's fire, and you'll feel like the heat of the fire. And they ask for volunteers to come up to be part of the scenes. Remember that?
Oh yeah.
And there's a screechy Marion woman, and then so they'll shoot a scene, then they'll be like cut, and this director will come out and be like or they'll fake being hurt, remember? And they're like, are you okay?
I think it's fine, yeah.
And they do all the machine gun kind of stuff, and
super cool.
Yeah.
Also featured in an episode of Full House.
Oh yeah.
When the gang goes to Disney World, and DJ keeps seeing Steve's face everywhere. So she sees Steve as Indiana Jones, and she jumps up in the middle of it, and she's like, Steve! And everybody's like, what the fuck is this girl problem? So just
it's pretty. But I remember the beginning scene that they do with the cannonball. Remember the guy? You think the guy gets flattened because he goes under this place where the ball kind of just goes over him, and they're like, cut. They're like, Dave, are you okay?
He gets up and
Dave's been crushed. Yeah,
because the ball's made of styrofoam.
Yeah, so it's they just show you kind of how they do all that stuff. But then the plane scene I thought was pretty cool, and how they did that. And the big German guy and
although I think he was black in the one that we saw.
He was. He was this big black dude, which would have been totally not anything the Nazis would have. He would not have been a Nazi, but good for that guy.
They would have been mean to him like they were to the cool pirate captain in the white turtleneck. Fucking asshole! I love that submarine guy. He's one of my
cool.
He's so cool.
Him and his turtleneck.
His Captain
Turtleneck.
Is it that cold at sea that you need a turtleneck?
Yes.
What?
Dude, it's breezy out there.
The German guy's always in that fucking coat and suit in the desert.
He's very formal.
He sucks. I think those are all my notes. I wrote a lot, but we covered it all.
We did.
So I think I'm good. But do you have anything else we should talk about? I feel like I don't want to miss anything.
No. I don't think so.
Pressure.
But I'll be excited to cover. I think we will probably skip Temple of Doom, as we said. Just not for us. Again, screechy Kate Capshaw, not for us. Sort of bad plot, though. Data from Goonies is in it, and I do love.
Features a very scary, heart-ripping scene.
Yeah. I just want to say the two things I remember from that movie. One, monkey brains.
They eat the monkey brains,
yep. Number two, guy trying to steal Indiana Jones' heart out from his chest.
And he steals that other guy's heart for real.
But they're all in that weird box cage thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
down in the lava.
Yeah,
scary.
Maybe it's just fucked me up, but it's not
scary.
that great of a story. I don't know. I just
but we do love the Last Crusade.
Crusade is, I think, and also mostly because that one we actually was so much more current for us in terms of when it came out, because that came out in the 90s, so we were just
and I think
around.
It's just straight up funnier than Raiders,
and
maybe that's why we gravitated towards it. Sean Connery's doing some amazing work as Henry Jones. Really classic.
Yeah,
really classic.
Marcus gets a much bigger role.
Goofier.
Equally evil Nazis, and then the woman being evil adds an extra little thing to it.
So many good lines and timing in that movie. I just have to quickly bring up the scene where Indiana Jones is they're like, we have your friend Marcus the Brody. And he's like, yeah, Marcus is a chameleon. You'll never find him. And they cut to Marcus in Egypt, hello.
He
Does
knows,
anyone speak
all
English?
these languages, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, Marcus got lost in his own museum one time. What are you talking about? Yeah, it's just, I mean, let's not spoil it because we will definitely cover that one. It's so fucking good.
So great.
And it's hard. Like, we did the poll on, do you want to reveal the results of the poll on Twitter?
Yeah. I don't have the final count. Hold on.
So, Sweetie put a poll up on our Twitter account about how, what's your favorite Indiana Jones movie? So, obviously, we did not include Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, which I don't think we're even discussed here because it's horrible, offensive, and awful.
I didn't hate it that much, but it was pretty dumb.
It's dumb.
Okay. The final results are, it changed in the last 3 minutes that the poll was up. Raiders of the Lost Ark, 58%. Temple of Doom, 16%, typical. Who's the asshole that voted for that? Just kidding. Last Crusade, 26%.
Nice.
So that
Okay.
it went up.
Okay.
It
Yeah,
totally went
last
up in
minute
the
I
last
did.
minute.
I did Last Crusade just because I knew, I know that Raiders is better, the technical movie, and it is a really good story, and it just is. There's so many great things about it, and I think, Crusade is a little bit cheesier, but I gotta up my vote a couple points for Sean Connery, man.
Yeah, it's a great performance.
That's it's
really great.
It's the
Really
bomb. Really, really good.
Yeah. So hopefully we did this justice. Obviously we love it. We care about it. We dig it. We dig it. We know you dig it too. So come and find us on Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram and tell us how much you love it. Yeah. We're on Twitter at The Sweetie Club. I was trying to, at several points in the day, I'm going to try to make our Twitter handle Large Marge Sent Us.
Yeah.
Never can because some ass face already has it. So
doesn't
whoever,
tweet?
yeah. And so whoever has that, please, stop.
Yeah.
Disable Twitter. That should be ours. I'll give you $5,
listening.
maybe a sandwich if you give that to us. Really appreciate it. But for now, we're at the Sweetie Club on Instagram, Large Marge Sent Us, Facebook, Large Marge Sent Us. So find us there.
And new thing we might be doing. So we're going to start publishing a Sweetie Club calendar that has all the movies that we're going to do for the next couple weeks. So one of our listeners said it would be really awesome if you guys told us in advance what movies you were doing so then we could watch them and then follow along with your podcast, and we thought that would be a great idea. So we're going to do a Google Calendar. We have it set up. We just have to figure out kind of how we're going to share it and what movies we're going to pick, and then you'll have all the movies that we're going to do for a
So
couple
you
weeks
can-
straight,
yeah.
so you can watch. We're going to try to always add where you can find them, so whether it's Hulu or Netflix, so you can just jump on there and watch them. Because I'm hoping our podcast, inspires people to watch these movies, whether it's before or after you listen to this, whatever.
First time,
because, since we've been doing this since August, it's really changed our lives about how many movies we watch now each week. Because we watch at least 2 or 3.
Yeah.
And I think it just makes our lives better.
Totally.
It
Always look forward to podcasting.
It just makes us so happy. So we want to make you guys happy
We
too.
do, because we love ya.
Yeah.
So thank you, as always, for listening. Love ya.
Love ya. Bye.
Bye.